Hello children, I am Ruchi Tiwari Mishra. I wish you all a very good morning. Children, as you know, your MCV book of class 7 has various units. The first unit is adventure. The first lesson of this unit we have already done. Now we are going to start the second lesson of this unit. The name of the lesson is The Adventure of the Mason. Children, this is a story of a poor person who struggles a lot to fulfill the needs of his family. This story is in the narrative form. It tells about the adventures of a poor mason and also tells how he gets the lucky chance to be rich in life. In my videos, I'll explain the lesson in a very easy language, and at the end of the lesson, I will ask you some questions whose answers you have to find yourself. Their answers will be either one word answer or one sentence, not more than that. You have to listen the explanation very carefully and then you have to find out the answers. Okay children? It is good for you because in exams extract of the lesson will be coming and you have to give the answers of the questions which will be asked at the end of the extract. So these question answers will help you to do those extracts. Children, book exercises and question answers will be provided in the written form. We will write them and we will provide you them in the form of the PDF. Okay children, and you will maintain your notebook in a very nice way as you are doing earlier. Very good. Thank you. Now let's start the explanation of the lesson. There was once upon a time a poor mason in Grenada who could scarcely earn bread for his large family. Once upon a time there was a poor mason in Grenada. In Spain there was a place, Grenada, and that mason was living over there. Children, he was so poor that he was not able to earn the bread for his large family. There were so many members and he was not able to get the money for their daily needs. One night he was roused from his sleep by a knocking at his door. One night when he was sleeping, someone came and knocked at his door. He opened it and saw before him a tall, thin, cadaverous looking person. When he opened the door, what he looked over there? He saw that a person was standing over there. He was very tall, thin and looking like a sick person. Very weak person. "Hark ye, honest friend," said the stranger. That coming person, who was a stranger for mason, he said, "Hark ye." Hark means listen. A means you. "Hey, honest friend, please listen. I have observed that you are one to be trusted." What the person said? He said that you are a very faithful person. I have heard about that. Will you undertake a job this very night? He asked that whether he is ready to do the job. He is in need of work, so he can provide that. "With all my heart, Senor, on condition that I am paid." Here the word Senor is used. Senor means sir or mister. This is a Spanish word and its meaning is sir or mister. So he said, "Sir, I will do your job very gladly, but you have to pay me nicely." "That you shall be, but you must suffer yourself to be blindfolded." Now the stranger said, "Yes, you will get the money according to your job, but be careful. You must be blindfolded." He said that, "I will tie a strip or bandage on your eyes and then I will take you to that place and you have to be agree for this condition." To this the mason made no objection. So, being blindfolded, he was led by the stranger through various rough lanes and winding passages. Stranger put a bandage around his eyes, and he take him to that particular place through the so many lanes and winding passages until they stopped before the portal of a house. How long they moved in the lanes? Until they reached in front of a big gate of a house. Portal means big gate or doorway, you can say. The stranger then applied a key, turned a cracking lock, and opened what sounded like a Pandora's door. Now children, he put a key into the lock, opened it. When he opened the lock, it made a crackling sound. Then he opened the gate, and that gate was, what type of gate was that? Ponderous means heavy, very heavy gate, heavy door. They entered it, heavy door. They entered. The door was closed and bolted, and the mason was conducted through an echoing corridor and a spacious hall to an interior part of the building. Now the door was closed by the stranger, and he guided him through a corridor, and after that they reached into a hall of a building. Here the bandage was removed from his eyes, and he found himself in a court dimly lighted by a single lamp. Now his eyes were opened, bandage was removed, now he can see everything, and he found that he was inside a building and in a court, and there was very dim light because only one lamp was burning there. In the center was the dry basin of an old Moorish fountain. What was there in the center of that court? A old Moorish fountain, under which the stranger requested him to form a small vault, bricks and mortar being at hand for the purpose. Now the stranger told him that please make a small vault around the basin of this Moorish fountain, and for that purpose all the material like bricks and mortars was there. Actually he want the arched roof on that basin. He worked all night, but without finishing the job. The mason worked full night, but the work was not completed. Just before daybreak, the stranger put a piece of gold into his hand, and having again blindfolded him, conducted him back to his dwelling. Now, before the daybreak, before it was dawn, just before the morning, either you can say just before the sunlight, the again stranger put the cloth on the eyes and gave him a piece of gold, and after that he led him towards his dwelling. Dwelling means his residential place, his house. Are you willing, said he, to return and complete your work? Now again he asked to the mason whether he is willing to come again and to complete the work. Gladly, Senor, provided I am so well paid. Mason said, yes sir, of course, I will do that very gladly because you paid me so well. Well, then tomorrow at midnight I'll call again. He did so, and the vault was completed. He said, okay, then tomorrow at midnight I will come and I will take you again like the same. So in the night he came and he took the mason, and the work was completed. Now, said the stranger, you must help me to bring forth the bodies that are to be buried in this vault. Now the stranger said, okay, the work is done. Will you please help me to bring the things that have to be buried in this vault? Children, vault means a kind of locker, okay, in which we used to keep the important things. So he said, will you come with me and take the bodies that I want to put in this safe place? The poor mason's hair rose on his head at these words. When the mason heard these words, he was afraid. His hairs rose on the body. Means he thought that he has to do some dreadful thing. However, he followed the stranger with However, he followed the stranger with trembling steps into a retired chamber of the mansion, expecting to see some ghastly spectacles of death, but was relieved on seeing 3 or 4 partly jars standing in one corner. Actually, when he was following the stranger, his feet were trembling due to fear. Then they reached towards a chamber which was deserted. Nobody used to go there. Now the mason was expecting that he will see there some deadly things. So he was afraid. But when they reached over there, he saw that there were only 3 or 4 big size jars over there in one corner, and they all were full of money. And it was with great labor that he and the stranger carried them to their tomb. They had to do lots of work, hard labor, to took them towards their place where they supposed to be buried. The vault was then closed, the pavement replaced, and all traces of the work were erased. Now they closed the vault, and after that, each and every sign of the repairing work, whatever has been done over there, was totally erased, totally destroyed. The mason was again blindfolded and led forth by a route different from that by which he had come. Now again he was blindfolded, and after that he was led towards his home, but now the route was quite different. After they had wandered for a long time through a confusing maze of lanes and alleys,